Hey, welcome back everyone to Akuna Art Channel. This is Evan Akuna and we will be drawing a giant alpha dragon. This dragon is part of the Dragons Reimagined series. I was given specific instructions. You might be able to catch glimpses of it on the bottom of your screen. And we are basically problem solving creatively in Sketchbook Pro. Here I'm starting out with a kind of a blocking out of the character. I want to see how this will fit. I like to have the source material kind of coexisting with the reimagined drawing, and so I don't want them to overlap too much. So I'm trying to draw some sort of an extreme angle to make things more interesting. But it's funny is after all that I decide on just sticking with the original artist's vision for the dragon, because why change what he's already done so well? So here we go. You can see I'm figure constructing, kind of making sure everything fits within frame. I got a pretty general idea. I'm really happy with his vision, so I'm trying to stay close to it. I'm not right now using I believe it's a chalk pastel to create kind of a gray body as per instruction. I like the pastel because it has kind of a painterly look, even when I'm just kind of sketching this thing out. So I use it to use lighter tones for the wings, have some placeholders for these balls of fire basically coming out of these catapults that you don't see. And now I'm just going to work, just cleaning up, tightening up some line work, adding some important features that are important to me. I really do have this kind of place this priority on the facial features. I think that it's important that the dragon has this kind of, I don't know what to call it, like a rascally look in his eye. So right now I'm just kind of drawing in the teeth. I'm communicating to myself what's going on. I think that's one of the fun things about having this kind of spontaneous habit is, you know, all right, here we go. We started, and I'm not giving myself too much time to navel gaze or think too hard, and we're thinking on the go. So right now I am embellishing patterns. You can see me working on the spikes up above, just tightening up things, really just kind of tinkering around and sharpening up things as I'm basically visually sculpting away, whittling away things I don't like, tightening up things that I do, and giving myself little clues of what's happening next, and really staying loose in general. I believe at this point I've just taken down the opacity of the drawing, and now I'm going to add in, per specifications, the red spine of spikes or spines, whatever, and followed by the yellow underbelly, which was specified by the artist, who claims he could not find his color pencils, and so he's leaving it up to me to kind of finish the vision for him. So he's passing on the baton. Kind of cool. So I'm kind of adding something else that wasn't there before. So I'm really hoping he's happy with this. We have a good relationship. There's a reason why he's coming back for now the third time, I think. And so right now we're just fleshing out the colors, and as you can see, this drawing will remain fairly rough. I'm not going to go in and really tighten up the lines. I think that's one of the things that has kind of kept with me with my style. There's something I'm looking for that has a kind of roughness and a kind of gestureliness to it, and so that might be a cop-out for not finishing things. But honestly, like when you have kind of an identity as someone who thinks really conceptually and can't wait to go to the next idea, I'm happy with it. And I think that's one of the great feats of doing art. Not just being an artist, but doing art is just being happy where you're at, knowing that you're going to draw again tomorrow. So let's just have fun with what's in front of us. And I enjoy it. And I enforce that you enjoy it. So while I was talking, had some very, very light scales. Can't really see them that much, but the idea was I was going to go in later and kind of add highlights to each scale, or at least most of the scales, to kind of bring out that texture even more. And let's see, right now we're just kind of tightening up, adding a little shadow. I can see that I'm in a shadow layer right now, so just adding, let's see, the tool that's being used here, going back to that chalk pastel tool, taking the opacity down, just kind of touching up, adding a little bit more harsh shadows to parts that I feel like needed it, adding some lightness to the eyes, color to the eyes. I'm gonna color in the teeth, take advantage of those really pearly white aspects, bring some visual interest here, and I believe the tongue comes next. I'm gonna take creative license, yeah, pink tongue, why not? And so now as we're doing these kind of fine point details, I'm beginning to take artistic license that I'm really hoping that my student artist friend is pleased with. And that's something that I want to actually light upon really quickly, is that some people are very much, they feel that liberation as an artist when they are doing whatever they feel like doing. I happen to be someone who actually thrives with being given parameters, and so I think that's why I enjoy doing commercial art. I enjoy kind of holding the art loosely and just remembering that there's somebody on the other end of it that is going to make a judgment call on what they think of it. So I'm really hoping, I mean, you know, even if it's a child, really hoping that he likes it. This is a brush that I use often. You see it all the time. I use it so much in my drawings. This is a neon brush. It's a glow brush. It's not cheating because it's just a tool. That's what I tell myself. But you can see, like, I basically wanted to show some spatial relationship between this barrage of fireballs. Oh, it looks like I just darkened the line work. And they're flying upwards. Someone is not happy that a dragon is coming in. You can also see that I took some time to change the background to a light orange, added a gradient, some airbrush, put some yellow in the lower left corner to show kind of a source of light, as if to suggest that there's just a ton of fire going on down there. Also, the highlights added to the far left of everything. That dragon's horn, the tips of the wings, all reflecting light. The front of the legs, and just experimenting with a little background elements. One of the things I enjoy a lot about digital art is being able to have these afterthoughts and saying, oh, maybe the background needs to be brought up or brought down, and being able to do it. Right now, all that's left are just little tweaks. There are going to be little sparks coming off of things, using the glow brush, using the pencil with what I like to use, a kind of a canary yellow, to just bring highlight to everything. Doing some last minute touch-ups with bringing out some contrast, showing some roiling tongues of flame coming up, and adding a little bit of red to kind of bring this halfway point to the gradient. As you can see, the little embers coming out, just little things, you know, big shapes, big lines, and then details. It always comes out in my process. Here is the original, and after some time, here is the reimagining. So thankful that you guys are here, and as always, thanks for watching.